All right, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that everyone is great. Let's see. Make sure we are live. All right, we're good to go. I see you guys on. Let me pull it up on my phone really quickly. How's everybody doing this evening? I see we got more interaction. Y'all didn't leave me hanging today. Thank y'all. Y'all left me hanging yesterday. Y'all were like, listen, you're like, listen, that's what I'm not doing. And my son, if you hear him in the background, is working on a project. So it is a school night. All right, let's hop into it. Everybody, good evening, good evening, good evening. Today we're going to do a homework, a review over the session 3 homework. And what I was doing, for those of you all who left links or whatnot, I took some time to go over those in real time. And we are also on YouTube for those of you all who are not on Facebook. All righty. Hello. All right. So, but let me stop sharing real quick. So before we get started, applications to the private partnership meeting are open. So make sure that you take a moment to complete your application and submit it. It has to be submitted by tomorrow at 12 o'clock p.m. noon in order to attend the private partnership meeting that's at 2 o'clock. And if you cannot attend the private partnership meeting, you still want to make sure that you submit your application so that we can send you the replay. All right. So those the link to the private partnership application went out via email a couple times today, and we also shared it on the live call, and I believe it's on the replay page as well. So make sure that if you haven't gotten your application in, you do get it in so that you can attend the private partnership meeting that is tomorrow after the general session. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so Siobhan says, just finished my bake. Okay, awesome. I get it. Listen, I have my children's sitter. She's here helping my son with this project because I'm like, between doctoral work and our challenge, I'm like, hey, I need an extra pair of hands this week. I need some help. All right. So love it, love it, love it. Make sure that you guys submit that application to the private partnership meeting. All right. So super excited to get into tonight. I absolutely love the engagement and the feedback. So yesterday y'all left me hanging. Today y'all heard me. Y'all like, listen, I'm gonna go in and and respond and share. All right. So, all right. So let's start off with Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly says, I conducted an audit of my YouTube channel. Glows, I have content and the videos are aligned with my business framework. Grows is that I'm not posting content on a consistent schedule. As a result, I only have 46 subscribers. I want to monetize the channel and market my other business offerings through the platform. And so we pull up her YouTube channel, the Digital Mentor Teacher. Everybody, make sure you go follow her and give Dr. Heavenly some support here. So we've got 46 subscribers, and it looks like our content is being released once a month. So if you want to 10x your visibility, definitely try to go for once a week. Also, you can use AI to an AI editing tool to auto edit some of these longer posts. And you want your videos to be at least 5 minutes in length. So I see 2 minutes, I see 1 minute, but you want them to be 5 minutes is really 5 to 10 minutes is really a sweet spot for YouTube. And what you want to do is use an AI tool to edit them so that then you can create shorts, because shorts is jumping right now on YouTube. Okay. You create shorts with very appealing cover images so that people can know what that short is about. All right. And definitely, if you're not already, make sure that you are using hashtags. And that's just going to come from researching hashtags, like looking at others who are creating content in your industry, and looking at what hashtag, looking at some of their top viral videos or some of their top performing videos, what hashtags they're using, and you can start using, and you can even check when you click on that hashtag or when you put that hashtag in, what other type of content is coming up. And if it's content that's relative to yours, you can use that hashtag too, so that your content will populate when people start putting those types of word terms and phrases in the search engines. Okay. I'm not able to put it in the chat, guys. I'm literally looking at the chat from my phone because I can't see the chat. I can't see your responses while I'm streaming. So look at what I'm putting on the screen and then go to YouTube and find them and connect with them. That's what we're going to have to do. All right. Shatera says, for my platform audit, I chose to review my IG page and focus on the first 9 posts. The first 3 posts are my pinned posts, which serve as an introduction and overview of who I am, what I do, and how I serve. Glows are that I'm doing well. I'm trying to pull you up on my laptop because you didn't leave the link here. Let me see. Okay, here we go. It's probably not going to pull all the way up on my desktop because I'm not logged in. All right. But all right. So Shatera says these are the top 3 are pinned posts that tell you who she is, what she does, and who she serves. I see you here with your books. Love this, love this, love this. And then we have more content. We have you here, signing books. We've got some reels here. You need to, oh, it's not going to let me go in because I'm not logged in. You've got some reels here. So definitely using reels. On Instagram, I would tell anybody, make sure that you are using reels on Instagram because the reach is further. Reels and carousels, things that tell a story and pull people in. If you're using photos, make sure that you're telling the story in the caption. So you say for your glows, you're doing well at showing your presence and increasing your presence as a speaker and someone who facilitates programs. And I saw that there, especially with you being on stage, you speaking. You say your posts are sharing testimonials and authentic storytelling, and your overall grid reflects empowerment, positivity, and alignment with your mission and what you do. I love the fact that you were able to look at your content and you were able to assess your glows and your strengths from that. Your grows is that you've more recently tied in personal posts back to your mission and audience, especially since this week's challenge. You're being more intentional in applying the programs and what you offer relate to teen girls. And I need to continue to do this so people know exactly what I do. And you said grow number 2 is I've been working on adding a stronger storytelling and clear calls to actions by including invitations for principals, schools, and organizations to partner, book me, or learn more about my programs. So that's great. If you're putting the call to actions in the captions, make sure that you also put the call to actions on the screen at the end. Okay. And number 3 is to maintain consistent visuals of you in action. People love watching content of people in action and actually doing the work. So I think that that's very powerful. Less animated flyers. Yes. Yeah, and I'm glad that you looked at the data and the stats because you're going to always get more likes when you show you, especially when you show you out doing things and out in the field. So you said this platform audit reminded you how important it is to stay intentional and consistent in your messaging. And you usually start off great. And when you notice that you haven't started posting and your message may not share transformation or tell the problem you solve, you need to continue to tie all your posts to your brand mission and audience. Love it, love it, love it. All right, Tamika, I don't have a link here, but you say for your platform audit, you chose to review your TikTok page. Your goals are that you are aligning your content with your intended audience. You're sharing your testimonials, your thoughts, and viewpoints about the content you've chosen to focus on. Awesome. And your growth is that you can be more informative and clear about why you're posting. What is your purpose? And although you're showing your authentic self, you can do better for it to not look like a random or out of the blue post. That's going to be so important for you to make that shift instead of just posting random content, to be intentional, to be strategic, to approach your content from the perspective of, why am I posting this? What goal do I want people to achieve? Where am I trying to push people with this content, right? What's the purpose of this content? What's the outcome? What is the intended outcome? And just being more thoughtful and more strategic overall. So awesome, awesome, awesome. And Dr. Heavenly, thank you for sharing your link in the chat. All right, Ravon says, I audited my IG page. My first 2 posts are related to the poetry collection that I released earlier this year. The third is me holding a literary mag that included one of the poems from my book. My collection is titled Dear Black Woman, and the book's focused on the unique struggles of Black women in this country. They highlight accomplished Black women and the many challenges they have overcome. I do this through poetry. I also have a family memoir and self-help that I co-authored. Love it, love it, love it. All right, your glows, your content is on point, reflecting poetry that you have written, as well as books written by Black women. About a year ago, you intentionally stopped putting personal and family pics on the page. And I discussed keeping your posts aligned so that followers are not confused about what you do or are offering. Your grows is that you don't have a major following account, less than 300. And you was told by a couple of followers you should make your profile public. If your profile is private, and you want to use your profile to grow your brand and market your book, it's going to need to be public. And this is one of the reasons for being intentional about the type of transparent content that you do share, and being just being intentional about the type of content that you do share, because you're going to be using it for business. Okay. Now, you say you have another 75 follower requests that you've not accepted because you didn't know the individual or the account lacked activity. So when you are going for major growth and brand recognition, you're going to have to get used to people who you don't know following you. Now, what I do say, I will tell y'all something that I do. When I see people that have weird names, or the profiles look weird, or the profile doesn't match the content, or the content is just all posts, no caption, it's just got a icky feeling, I will block them. I block them in a minute. So I block people all the time. When folks reach out to me and they just start hard pitching me, I don't know them, and it's very evident, and their accounts are not verified, I block them too. So I would rather block people. I would be on the block ministry before I privatize my page, because you got to understand that when you privatize your page and people are looking for specific things, and you create that barrier for them to connect with you, they're not going to press follow. They're likely just going to go away, or they're just going to forget that they even sent the follow request. All right. So I have some friends that are really strong in IT. So I understand the threats and the concerns there, but just make sure that you're protecting yourself. And just, you can still look at people and profiles and block the ones that seem weird. Let's see. So yeah, that's how you can balance that concern, in my opinion. You say you need to post more videos with you in them, especially reading your poetry. You know what works really well as well? Screenshots of a poem. I don't know if you've seen screenshots or those pictures of inside of the book of poems, and people read them and share them all the time, especially when the caption is hitting. So you said that your videos seem to get more interaction than just pics. So if your videos get more interaction, your audience may prefer video, but I say continue testing both. Or talk about the content. Like, you can talk about the content without sharing the actual poem. And then you say you also have a family memoir and a self-help book that you have not focused on. So you need to determine where I want to position myself, as an author who also writes poetry, or as a poet that also writes book. I think, when I think about the work that you do, I kind of think about 𝐏𝐚𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐞𝐝, because she was an author she was a poet, and she wrote a lot of poetry, but she also wrote prose. But a lot of her poems were focused, or they were thematic in nature, or they were talking about different experiences. Like, I have a book signed by her called Love Poems, and I had her autobiography that was signed by her too, but somebody I used to know took it. So, but it was so powerful, because on one hand there was the poetry, and on the other hand there was prose. And one of the ways in which she built the brand on poetry is that she was speaking. She was reciting the poems, but she was also giving talks and lectures, not about the poems themselves, but about the inspiration behind the poems, about the experiences that inspired the poems, about political movements or political actions that was the Kickstarter behind her doing certain things. And so even though it was poetry, she still tied her poetry to a greater cause and to a greater focus. And she performed it and recited it along with doing lectures, which really, really allowed her to skyrocket. So I really think that you can do both, but I think that in order for you to grow in this area, you're going to have to get more comfortable being seen. Okay. Siobhan says, my platform audit is LinkedIn, grows is more video, and the glows is keep it up, girl. Now, I did take a look at your LinkedIn, Siobhan. You have an amazing following here. I can definitely tell that LinkedIn is your playground. I see that you have a newsletter here as well that's jumping, where you have a good number of subscribers to your newsletter. I didn't get a chance to go through to see how often you're publishing the newsletter, but clearly you have a great handle on LinkedIn. You know what it takes to succeed over on LinkedIn. I was trying to see, okay. And I didn't go through and look at the videos, but definitely more videos of you talking about what you do, sharing information. And even if you wanted to do some YouTube type content and repurpose that over here, you definitely could. So clearly you've been working at this for a minute, and you know what you're doing, and it's working. So keep working it. So and yes, double down on the video. Hold on, guys. Miss Cat, or is that Jair? Okay. All right. Shay says, audited my IG page. You said bi-weekly for your newsletter. Okay, awesome. Have you thought about turning your newsletters into video, Siobhan? Like creating video, like basically taking the same content and just creating it in a different format. So that's an option or an idea too, especially since you want to increase your video. All right. Shay says, and I will say this before we get into Shay's. I know that LinkedIn is starting to really optimize and favor video based on a post of one of the executives from a few months ago. So video on LinkedIn is definitely going to be the move. Okay. Shay says, she audited her IG page. Her growth is that she needs to be more consistent to position herself as an authority. So when you say you need to post more consistent, let's put some metrics around it. I need to post, once a day for, every single day. I need to post twice a day or whatnot, whatever that looks like. And your glows is that your brand is cohesive and your book content is pinned at the top of your page for easy review. And your link to your book is available in your bio. Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. All right. Rita says, conducting an audit of your Facebook page. Your glows is that your content is positive and inspiring. You've been posting a little more consistent over the past few weeks with content around your book. And over the years, you've been able to build a consistent following. Your goals is that you need to be more consistent with posting content. So for everybody saying I need to be more consistent, let's make sure that you're taking some opportunity to define what more consistent looks like for you. Okay. And you got to step outside of your comfort zone and fear box that hinders you from posting and being more intentional with the content that you're posting and making sure it's aligned. All right. So just really being strategic, not just posting, reposting news, reposting memes, but making sure that what we're posting speaks to our business, is actually going to attract people to us. All right. Prendle House. Who is Prendle House? That's a company page. Audit our YouTube channel and Instagram. Grows more, engage more in the comments, glows. We have more engagement on our video stories on YouTube and post that about one of our programs. This here is a little bit unclear to me. You said engage more on the comments. Is that so? You're saying that you need to go in and engage more with people in the comments? And you're saying that your glow is that you've got more engagement on your video stories on YouTube. So I would definitely encourage you to look at where is the bulk of your traffic coming from. Are you more active on YouTube or Instagram? Are people more responsive on YouTube and Instagram? Whichever one you're doing the best on, 10x that. And then you can take that content. If it's likely YouTube, you can take that content and repurpose it on Instagram. Darren says, I conducted an audit of my Facebook page. My glows is that my content is empowering, motivational, and inspires, and I post consistently and I got good engagement. My grows is that I need to post more business-related content and how I help my audience. Yes, you do. And we need to know what you're doing. Because I know, and I just know this because we are Facebook friends. One day it might be photography. The next day it might be social media content. So we want to know who Theron is. Who is Theron the powerhouse? Like, Theron been moving and shaking for a minute, but what can we come to Theron for? What do we know you for? Like, what can we trust you and depend on you to do? And that you're going to show up and do this for the next 6 months to a year. That's what we need to know. And you say you need to update your details section. Your link in bio needs to be updated, and you need to do more reels. So let's get to that. Okay. Like, what does this look like when we need to do more reels? All right. Angela Alexander says, I didn't audit on my Facebook page. Grows. Everybody's talking about consistency with content. Glows is that I've had some good engagements and I'm committed to posting a theme day Monday to Friday starting next week. I love it, love it, love it. I love the specificity and where you've already said, this is my glow and this is how I'm going to fix that using one of the strategies that I learned today. Razor says, Instagram audit glows. All posts are aligned around emotional well-being. And number 2, it's clear that you're an author on this core topic. And number 3, your posts are generally consistent. Your grows are a lack of personal transparency. Some posts are teachy versus focused on what the audience wants. And number 3, there's a shift needed towards leadership focus and change out of the pinned items accordingly. Yes, change out of those pinned items on occasion. Okay, Miss Cat, you gone? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. It's all good. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have safe travels.
Thank you.
And thank you for all your help.
Oh, anytime.
All right. Bye. Text me when you home. Okay. Jair, go get the tub. All right. Sorry, guys. My sitter, she left. She's going home. All right. She's our nanny. She comes in and helps me out when I need it. I'm like, I need your help this week. Absolutely phenomenal, though. Love her. All right. So we're on Raisa. She said a shift is needed towards leadership focus and change out of pinned items accordingly. So what I was saying is that you definitely want to change out of those pinned items on occasion. I think that it's good to rotate them, depending on what you're doing. I know that sometimes when I'm running ads, I will have certain items pinned at the top, depending on the ads that I'm running and the audience that I'm running them to. And I saw like with 𝐏𝐻𝐻, and I've seen others do this, where they use those top 3 posts on Instagram to just kind of introduce people to them. And if you do that, I would just definitely encourage you to have cover images on those posts so that people know what exactly they can find there. Okay. Great job. And thank you so much for sharing. Linda says she audited her Instagram and that she needs to change her name. Instead of Compassionate Designs, change it to author Tanya Stokes. The majority of your content is about books, but you need to zone in on the book, and you just realize and apply what you learned so far. So here's the thing. Whatever you're going to change your name to, it needs to be consistent across the board, across all social media platforms. So if you're going to change your name to author Tanya Stokes on Instagram, then we need to find you at author Tanya Stokes on YouTube. We need to find you at author Tanya Stokes on TikTok. That handle needs to be consistent across the board. Okay. That handle needs to be consistent across the board. There are different strategies that you can use to grow your followers. I think that organic growth is possible, but you have to be really strategic about the type of content that you're putting out. What I found and from studying is that really transparent reels that people relate to, content that people relate to, whether it's touching a pain point, or like really talking about a challenge that people have and are experiencing and talking about how to overcome it. Saying what people think out loud, like that type of content will really attract people, right? So if you want to grow organically, it's just really about having those conversations that people are thinking about and having them out loud. The things that people are talking about amongst their best friends and their girlfriends, saying that stuff out loud, things that people can relate to. And Nefertari says her audit is Serve the Silent Coloring and Activity Books Facebook group. So your glows is that they like pictures and videos of real people doing things like you vending or customers buying books, as well as news they can use, like how the silent are being helped. Then you say the next 90 days consistent here with what they want and send YouTube channel links. Okay, I'm having a difficult time kind of comprehending what this is saying. I don't know if it was typed in voice to text or whatnot. So unless you're saying this is your plan for the next 90 days to stay consistent, you're going to hear what they want and send them the YouTube channel link through the messenger to 164 members. And you're going to tell them again about the book giveaway. And when you hit 100, focus on YouTube daily and Facebook posts weekday daily. And other platforms will be on the back burner for now. So what I hear you saying is that you're going to focus on YouTube. You're going to focus on Facebook for right now. You're going to nurture your Facebook audience by direct messaging them your link, your YouTube channel link, to drive them from Facebook to YouTube. That's what it sounds like you're doing. And then tell them more about the book giveaway. And then when you hit 100 followers on YouTube, you're going to tell them about the book giveaway when you hit 100 followers on YouTube. Okay. So I think that I got it now. Okay. Good. All right. So sounds like a plan. And you guys did great work here. Great work here. I know that, it's not always easy being transparent and sharing what you're doing, sharing your glows, sharing your grows, but this is part of doing the work. So guys, just great work tonight on session 3. Go all in on your platform. Do what's working for you. And if you found that you're there, but it's not working, like let's check your consistency and check your content strategy. One of the strategies that I gave a past participant was to do a reels challenge and shoot one reel a day or one reel or one video per day for 30 days and post it every single day. And she came back 30 days later and she said, hey, I completed this. This helped me to get over my apprehension about video. This helped me to gain momentum. This helped me to have fun with it again. And I increased my, I have 6,000 views, 6,000 more views and a few more followers than what I had when I started. So just creating that consistency and expectation does help. Okay. So super excited for you guys. We kick off tomorrow. Let me tell y'all, you do not want to miss tomorrow, because tomorrow we're talking about pricing. So we've already talked about positioning. We've talked about packaging and packaging your offers. Today we talked about platform, which is marketing. Tomorrow we're talking about pricing. So bring your A game, bring your questions, VIPers, and come ready because we're going in tomorrow. And make sure that you submit your application to attend the private partnership meeting. That's going to be tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. Eastern, where if you know that you need support, you know that you want to go deeper into this, you know that you want to go further than the 5 days, then make sure that you complete the application. Even if you can't attend live, if you complete the application, we'll send the replay to you. If you don't complete the application, you won't get the replay. So that's what we're going to be sharing more about the four different ways to work with us for those of you all are interested. Okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow for day 4 pricing. All right. I'll see you guys soon. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Good night.